Hello and welcome to another Fleet Ops audio commentary brought to you today by ClintSat along with Nebby and TCR. So it should be a great game. We should have a lot of good comments and hopefully a little bit of excitement. So Nebby, you want to go ahead and introduce the top player for us?
Okay, at the top we have as the Red Klingons Facist. And it looks like he is Martok, I believe, because of his starbase with the little micro-photon torpedo.
You gotta love big Klingon starbase, little micron torpedo. Okay, Chapman, you want to introduce the bottom player for us?
On the bottom we have Charybde as the White Borg. He has picked the optimized avatar, which is very common for Borg players.
Yeah, it's pretty basic startup, pretty general. Should be a pretty good game. Martok is one of my favorite ones to pick as Klingons against Borg. It gives you a little more options, I think. So as they set up, I just wanted to give a little history. Facist or Fascist, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but he was one of the first players that said hello to me when I joined Tungle for the first time and helped me out in my very first few games back, I guess, in May of last year. So I want to give him a good shout out and thanks, and hope that he does well this game.
I want to point out the position of the scouts.
Okay.
Since the Klingon scout can cloak, it's right on top of the Borg base. However, the Borg don't have cloaking technology, so they have to stay back a ways.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite places to put that. Yeah, I love putting my scout back there. The only problem is if they do come after you to try to beam onto you, you only have one or two directions to get out of there.
Yeah, the Borg scout is very easy to capture. AD crew, no shields, you don't even have to fire at it.
Yep. So as a Klingon, I like to... Oh, go ahead.
I don't think that the Klingons will even see the scout. They're probably not going to build anything all the way back there, except maybe a research.
Yeah, right now it's going to gather valuable information. He knows that there's only 1 yard of cabbage going up. The only thing he doesn't know is, I'm not sure that he knows there's an expansion, though I'm sure that he probably suspects. Scout cubes going up on the bottom, and some probes are queued up. I'm wondering...
A probe and scout cube start is pretty common for Borg.
Yeah. I wonder if that scout is set to follow the constructor. It may not be, but that would be not a bad idea.
It does look like it has moved down a bit.
Yeah. Oh, and Cabbage...
We've got some action.
Yeah, it's...
The Borg scout has gotten into the range of the starbase.
Looks like
it's going to bite the dust.
Ouch. Oh, and another Klingon scout came out there. That's a good deal. That's going to give him a little extra visibility. And I bet he is probably scouting right on that assembler. And so he can just put the other scout on the Borg fleet, and he'll know what's going on all the time.
Looks like we have an intercept cube.
Yeah, and a battle yard going up for the Klingon. So I'm betting Sang. I don't know if anybody will take me on that bet, but would not be surprised to see Sang. Sang Cabbage, just a horrible thing to counter as the Borg.
I think it'll be Vorcha because he's only got the Cabbage on his field yard.
There's a Cabbage that looks like it's headed towards the expansion to the right. Probably just passing it, or it's going to try and fire upon this dilithium mining operation that the Borg has.
Could be.
Hold on.
if he's not watching this, looks like the constructor will just barely make it in there. Oh, and going for this
Looks like
steal.
he's trying to capture the constructor.
Not a good move. Not a good move
Oh,
there.
this miner's not gonna make it.
Shields up.
Oh, needs to keep on that miner. Can easily. Oh, switched off. Interesting. If he's not careful, he's not going to get any of these guys. I think he will get it.
Here comes a Kubej class.
Oh, looks like I'm having a little network hiccup here.
When that Kubej class comes, it's gonna decloak, maybe. Yep. Decloak targeting the probe.
And did not get the miner there. And I guess that's kind of a lesson that you really have to pick a target. Yeah. Oh, another Scube, another probe coming up there. This miner's going down.
Yeah, the battle yard was badly placed, I think, because it's up, so the miners have to go further to get into repair.
Yeah, and nothing queued up there at the moment. Ooh, I think that is going to be one dead. Kabej needs to target something else other than what is being repaired. Fascist still has some Kabej queued up, and looks like the Borg is setting up some miners, so maybe waiting for a sphere after this.
Sangs.
Sang. Oh, look at that.
Sang class. Those vessels have a combat tractor beam that can hold a target in place.
I think you're thinking of the Chard.
Chard.
Yeah, these guys have a little microphoton torpedo launcher. Does a great deal of damage to.
Probe goes down.
And I think at this point he needs to get out of here.
Hurt.
Yeah, I think he needs to get out of here. I don't think he can do much more damage. Might be able to get this miner, but Borg ship's not being able to repair, not going to want to stick around too long.
Oh, and we see a Katinga.
Oh. Well, it's going to do a little extra damage. Another Katinga.
Second Katinga.
Probably a last-ditch effort, but it's gonna hurt the mining a little.
Will he get it in there? Was able to get it in there.
The Borg should retreat.
Yeah, they're taking a little
definitely
unnecessary
outgunned.
damage. Oh, and Sang out.
They definitely have to retreat now.
Sang
The
gonna
probe's
take
gonna
out a
bite
probe.
dust. Yep.
And it looks like the Borg have early expanded, and they don't yet have any more ships. This is gonna hurt him, I think.
Yeah, he's at 30 collective connections, and that node is a little bit further away from the starbase than one might like, but I think he's going to be able to get another ship out. He could get a Dode if he wanted to. Scubes are actually in fairly good health, so they're combat worthy still.
He's sending his
And we
miner
have
the
a
wrong
dancing
way.
Scube.
Yeah, little do-si-do with the Scube. Another Scube coming up.
If you
so
noticed in the on the right, the miner went the wrong way for a while. Might have been searching for the Tritanium moon.
yeah, interesting.
And it looks like the Klingons are about to do some raiding on the Borg. Those two scout cubes should be at the base if they're not doing any raiding, just to provide a bit of protection.
Yeah, we see another scout cube set up in the base. Looks like he's running a little low in dilithium. The one thing about Borg mining is that setting it up is actually extremely expensive. Really does hurt the
Setting
dilithium
it up
flow.
is expensive, but after a while, it really pays off.
Oh yeah.
And there's the attack.
And Scube's going in. Oh, trying to take out the battle yard. Not gonna do enough damage to that, I think.
Those two Scubes need to get back to the base to fend off those attackers.
Yeah, or go after the dilithium mining for the Klingon. Yeah, but they do need to not target that battle yard. Not going to do enough damage. Intercepts cubes just are pretty specialized.
Looks like he's gonna try to get that miner that's coming in. Or not.
Well, this is gonna hurt the Klingon on dilithium quite a bit.
Well, it's keeping him from successfully using both yards, and that's a good win for the Borg. Though, if he's counting, he should know that the Klingon could be back by now, so we'll want to pull out. I think the Scubes are gonna die. One of the Scubes is gonna go down, I think. We'll see.
30%, 22%, 10% health, 3% dead.
Yeah, did get one away. You know, it's hard to tell about the efficiency of Borg vessels. It's hard to compare with other vessels.
What's going on with the Borg titanium miner in their expansion? It's just kind of sitting there. That could hurt him.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing. Could be that he just moved him around to set the use that one to set the node, and then forgot to put it back on the moon. He's got lots of titanium, so he should be okay unless he's gonna do assimilators or something like that. But yeah. Klingon fleet.
He has enough collections to go for a sphere, but not quite enough resources.
Yeah, it looks like he'll need a couple more loads of dilithium, and he should have that pretty soon. So, should be able to get that sphere off pretty soon, and he's in a really good position against the Klingon, in my opinion, once that sphere comes out.
He has another resource problem.
There's a battle at the left nebula. The Borg are withdrawing into it. A little bit of Miss Micro on one of the vessels.
The Borg dilithium miner on the expansion went to the titanium resource node.
Yeah, Borg mining's kind of funky. It is definitely a giant pain. I guess the important thing is, though, he is going to get his dilithium he needs for his sphere, so I would expect to see the chassis down any minute and start construction on it. He kind of knows where the Klingons are, which is good. That's the hard thing about playing against cloaking races, especially in a 1v1. You just don't know where. If you don't know where their fleet is, you gotta assume it's right on your node. Right on that uplink. Well, he
has enough resources.
Yeah.
Yep, chassis went up.
There you go. Oh, needs about 100 more dilithium.
Not quite enough.
So, should get that expansion dilithium miner going into the dilithium node now. So, really strange. We'll see if that goes up there.
It might have been where it was on the moon at the time when it finished.
60 seconds on the sphere should get up before these Klingon ships can get over there.